Queen Tobi granted an interview, guys, and she revealed a whole lot of secret things in the palace. Guys, here comes it. Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you listening to me at this point in time. This is Real Gist Television. So, guys, thanks for coming around to my channel. I really appreciate your presence. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, guys, please do click on the subscribe button and do not forget to leave your notification bell on so that once I post video, guys, you'll get an alert. Okay, guys, so today's trending gist is all about Ooni's wife. This is Queen Tobi. She decided to grant an interview. Believe me, she mentioned a lot of things in that interview. I mean, things that are getting a lot of us confused. Starting from how she met Ooni, because a lot of people are wondering how she met Ooni. Then how Ooni takes turn with all the wives. Yeah, that is a lot of questions that people, you and I, let's just don't pretend. How you and I get to think when we remember Ooni, like how does he get to sleep with all those people? So these are the things that she mentioned in this interview. Then another thing they asked her that we are all also wondering is this how they get to do it on bed. You know, this is a very advanced kind of a interview that she granted. You know, most of us see Ooni as a very strong person, and we keep wondering also how he responds to these women on bed. Does he smile? So these are the type of things they asked the great queen, which she pointed out. So it's what I'm going to be telling you, everything that she listed in this interview. I'm just trying to give you a hint. So let's get down to the main thing, guys. So when they asked her how she get to meet Ooni, among all the women on the street, why did they point at her to be the great queen? So she said that one day that she was just sitting thinking about marriage. You know, let's just say the truth because I like being transparent. There's an age a woman will get to, all that will be on her thought is marriage. So it's not a bad one for someone to think about that. So that was the particular thought that she had at that point in time. And immediately a call came in her phone. She answered, and the person asked her if she would like to marry the king. She now said yes, she would like to marry Ooni. So that was long time ago, guys. That was not when Ooni was married to Queen Naomi. Then Ooni was never married before. So she accepted and they dated for some time. So according to her, she said that something now happened. You know, an event can happen. Something can bring an interruption in a relationship that can pause it for some time. And that was the exact thing that happened between her marriage or her marriage plans with Ooni. But right now, you can see she's definitely married to the king. Then the next one they asked her was how Ooni takes turn with those wives, because that is what everyone is thinking about on how Ooni is managing with the wives, because they are all beautiful. So according to what the great queen said, she said that in the palace, that Ooni can choose to sleep with anyone that he wants to sleep with. Understand? He does not have any timetable for this. Yes, he can choose to. So the interviewers now asked her, won't it bring up as in a problem? Because Ooni can also choose to sleep with one particular person for straight 1 week. Then according to her, she now said that for her own, that she does not really care whom the king chooses to sleep with. That for her, that she's not the gumming type, as in someone that gums on people's body. That she likes giving anyone that she loves a breathing space. Understand? So that before she chose to marry Ooni, that she knew the consequences of being in a polygamous home, so that she knows all those things. So if the king decides not to sleep with her, that means it's the king's choice and she goes by that choice. And she can never find it anyhow, as she can never find it as in painful, because she knows that polygamy, that the man can choose to sleep whosoever he wants to sleep with, especially when it comes to marrying a king, a great king like Ooni. Then number 3 question that they asked her was how Ooni gets to respond on bed. How do they view Ooni? You know, being someone that is well respected, someone that they call names, a great name. So how do they get to do the main thing? So she now said that Ooni is not as difficult or as tough as people as in see him as. Understand? Because a lot of people see him as someone that is very strong, someone that might not be romantic. That Ooni is not that kind of man. That he's very good when it comes to everything that he does. Understand? that he's very perfect. So he's not someone that is so tight, maybe that cannot give her the main thing. That Ooni knows the main deal, understand? But that she's not going to push it further, and that she's not going to go more than what she has said, so that she will not end up saying things that she shouldn't say on the interview. So the interviewer now asks her how they relate in the palace. I mean, how all the women in the palace relate, because we know that as Ooni has married a lot of wives, we believe that that palace will be filled with a lot of fights and all those misunderstanding of women. But she still went ahead to tell them that for now, that there is nothing like quarrel, that Ooni manages them very well. Understand? When it comes to her, being the youngest wife, that she knows that she owes all of them respect, and she goes ahead to call them mas. When you see the other woman, you don't call her ma. That she puts ma on all the wives, because she knows that they are all older than her. So they now asked her parents' reaction before she got married to Ooni. She said that the time she married Ooni, a lot of people were carrying rumor that the parents, that they were not in support of her marriage to Ooni. She said there was nothing like that. That the only person that objected a little was her mother, because her mother was more concerned on how she's going to cope in the palace with the other women. But at the time, knowing that there is nothing they can do about it, they now had to give her their blessings, which she now had to marry the great king. So it's a beautiful one, guys. So they now asked her why she chose Ooni among all the men that were coming for her, because we know she's a very beautiful person, that other men must have approached her, but she still said no to them and still stick to Ooni. She does say that one thing that she likes about Ooni, she loves Ooni generally, but the first thing person needs to get first before they fall in love is what you want in someone, the physical attributes, the thing that you see in someone first before you get to start loving them. Those things are the physical things you see. She said that the first thing she loves about Ooni was the height, that that she's very tall, and she wouldn't like to marry a short man, understand, or someone that if she's going out with, she will not feel, as in be happy to go out with that person, or she'll feel that she's not doing the right thing. So that was why she had to marry the king, because she likes the height first. Then she now had to love the king, that she loves the king so much. So with what you're seeing on this picture, even on social media, you see that this lady, she truly loves the king. She didn't marry the king just to be answering the queen, or for her to be noticed as a pretty person. But with what I have seen so far, she's truly in love with this man. And believe me, guys, this is one of the best things that can ever happen to anyone, for you to marry someone that truly loves you. Understand? Because you yourself knows that you can love someone, but the fear of that person loving you back is always the issue. So here right now, she loves the king, and I know the king loves her, because if the king didn't love her, the king wouldn't have married her, because the king has a lot of options with other women too. So being an African man, he's entitled to marry many wives, and also being a traditionalist and a king too. So we cannot deprive the king with our own opinion. He's the king. He can choose as many wives as he wants to. So the king is lucky. All the wives that he married, they are all in love with him. They really want to be seen around him. They just want to eat him. As you can see what is happening in this picture, this lady is melting. That means she's truly in love with the king, and it's a beautiful one. May God bless their marriage and give them more blessings and reason to keep loving each other, guys. So guys, I think that I'll be stopping here. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do click on the subscribe button, and do not forget to leave your notification bell on, so that once I post video, guys, you get an alert. Do have a nice day. Bye.